Last year alone, there was a report I read that said there was a 36% increase in the number of positions, and my gut feeling is that was a conservative estimate in just AI ML related jobs. What are some really high in demand AI roles? And we will start with that and then work our way through the value chain to understand what are all the different roles that AI is creating that probably didn't exist before AI was came on the pipeline.
So I really haven't done a very careful market survey to be able to rank which jobs are more in demand. I can tell you what's happening in some sense, right? So there are two kinds of AI, high end AI jobs that are being created now, right? That are in demand. So the one which a large fraction of people are looking for are AI engineers. These are people who can take these AI tools that are out there, right, and create innovative services around them, right? They are problem solvers. They are not doing research per se into the nitty gritty details of AI, right? But they are taking the tools, the building blocks that are out there, right, and then using them to create innovative services. Right, a lot of these big companies, like whether it's TCS or Infosys or Accenture, those guys need a lot of these because their clients have problems that they need to be solved. A good fraction of these startups that are there in the Indian ecosystem right now, I mean, some of them call them disparagingly wrappers around LLMs, but they are not. I mean, they are actually put in some amount of thought and some amount of design in order to create the solution where the core AI is provided by LLMs like GPT-4 or Claude or whatever. But then you really need the system around it, right? So the AI itself quite often forms 30% of the solution. 30 to maybe, if you're a little generous, 30 to 40% of the solution. But you remainder 60 to 70% is something that you have to really build around it, right? So the AI engineers are people who are able to do that, right, and then build robust solutions around these. So this is one class of job.
So just so I'm a layperson here, what you're suggesting is, let's say I take a Perplexity or a ChatGPT AI API, and then build a layer that a customer can really start to deliver value, derive value from. Okay.
And it's not just use the raw AI. I mean, that has to be a little bit more. For example, right? Let's say that I'm using this AI to build a service that can advise farmers as to what they need to do. Right. So now it's not enough for me to just build a chat interface to the farmer. Right. I need a knowledge base behind it that's going to talk about, hey, what the farmer needs to do. It's say in Vishakhapatnam versus what a farmer needs to do in Ludhiana, right? So that information somehow has to be fed into this model, right? So you need to create this kind of a knowledge base. You need to create a data set around this, right, which this AI is going to query. It's going to form the answers. It's going to understand your questions, right, and then kind of reason about those questions. I'm putting reason within quotes here. I'll we can talk about it later. So kind of reason about this question, figure out what exactly is the piece of information you are looking for, and then go back to the knowledge base, get that piece of information from the knowledge base, and present it to you in a form that you can understand. The knowledge base could be in Hindi. You might be asking questions in Punjabi. I want to give it to you in Punjabi. So the core AI is there, but it is not just a question of writing the wrapper around it. You have a lot more work that you need to do so that you are able to provide the service that the person wants.